What up, guys? Welcome back to another beer review. Today we have another Andes Origen Mendocina beer. This is an IPA Roja, so a red IPA. I don't know if that means this is going to be just like, you know, a red ale meets an IPA. I don't know. I have no idea what this is going to be. But the details, the day's so nice to put on the back. It is 5.6% ABV. 42 IBU and 35 EBC. I guess that's the color. Again, they just call it a red IPA. And yeah, so let's see what this is. It has a very kind of like strawberry pink color to the can. Pretty nice. Yeah, there's kind of like a deep ruby aspect to the color of the beer. It's got a nice head that's leveling out, so we got a little bit of there. That don't get a lot of the head kind of thing going on, at least in the beers that I've been trying out recently with the Argentinian beers. But, you know, let's find out. Let's get into the review, get into the smell. It does have more of the aroma of a kind of a more traditional British IPA, you know, not extreme hop forward like a modern Americanized IPA. So it has subtle notes of pine, a hint of lemon zest. I'm getting kind of notes of like earthy wood, kind of like a log after it rained and you kind of pick it up and you have kind of that like dirt, wood, little musty smell to it. It's kind of what I'm getting, almost like you just cracked open a wooden cask of an IPA and you cracked and you're pouring it straight out of the wood, and so you get a little bit of that wood aroma, the wet wood aroma going on. It's pretty interesting. But again, it's very subdued. It's not like super pronounced. A lot of times, you know, with your IPAs that bitter punch is just boof right in your nose. This is more mild, and I can dig that. It's also like almost a creaminess to it, like a pepper. Almost, it's weird. Like if you took some kind of a lactose, just a dairy with a sprinkle of pepper. I don't know. It smells interesting. It's not super pungent, so I like that. I think it's working pretty well. I'm going to recommend it on the aroma. Now let's get into the taste. Okay, yeah, it is very much kind of like a more classic British IPA. It almost doesn't even taste like an IPA at this point. I think I'm so conditioned to super extreme hoppiness. This doesn't have that. It's more of, if I had to compare it to a beer, if you've ever had like Rogue's Dead Guy Ale, it has much more of kind of that kind of taste, where you have some of that kind of woody maltiness, but it's not extreme, and you can very easily sip on this. There is still like a creamy factor that is unusual. Yeah, so there's like a woody, piney maltiness to it. Very like the maltiness is almost like a campfire-y smoke to it, like you toasted some bread on a campfire. So you get a bit of that kind of woody ash on the bread. That's kind of the maltiness I'm picking up with this. And you know, the pine is the hops. It's not much on the way of citrus hops now that I'm getting more into it, but there's like almost a hint of like a cream soda creaminess on it, where there's a bit of, almost vanilla going on. Very like a peppery vanilla, but the pine hoppiness is still the defining kind of flavor, and then the undertones is that kind of dank wood, and then a bit on the top notes is that just peppery vanilla. So that there's enough interesting things going on with this that, yeah, I wasn't really expecting. Honestly, when I saw, I should have guessed a red IPA that it was going to be more like a red lager, a red ale meets IPA. For some reason, with the look of the can, I was hoping it was going to be like a brute IPA, especially being Argentina and the wine situation. But no, it's a nice blend of red ale and IPA. I'm really enjoying this. Honestly, this is the second beer I've had out of Andes, Origen, Mendocina, and I've been enjoying it. And I'm going to recommend it on taste. There's enough things going on that I think is pretty enjoyable. Next category is distinction. How distinct is it? And it's a red ale and it's an IPA, and they go I think that it's working very well. So a red IPA, yeah, it's working. It is. I like that it's only 42 IBU. I think that improves the drinkability of this beer. It makes it really nice. If you're the hop hunting, this isn't going to be for you, but it's kind of a nice change of pace. You get a bit of that hoppiness, which is nice, and but it's not overwhelming. It really reminds me of the Dead Guy Ale. Yeah, of course, I haven't had a Dead Guy Ale in who knows how long, so maybe But Dead Guy Ale was one of the first real craft beers I was having back in like 2005. It was one of the few that I could get in Michigan that wasn't out of Michigan. So, and that's back when Dead Guy or Rogue was using, I don't remember if it was the Bomber, I think it was just like a 16-ounce glass, but they were painting on the labels. I think they stopped doing that and went to more of like the laminate. But there's something about the painted on that made it really kind of classy. It really stood out, and so it was just kind of gravitated toward that red Rogue Dead Guy Ale. And this really reminds me of it. And of course, back then, 42 IBUs was like, whoa, I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, this reminds me of it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's not like the most distinct. If we're just looking at it from an IPA standpoint, it's pretty basic. It's very reminiscent of your standard kind of old school British IPA. So it's got a lot of those kinds of notes to it. And it's done well, but it's not really crazy different. I think now that I actually put it together, red ale and IPA, it makes sense why it tastes like this. So not necessarily distinct, it's just well done. So I'm gonna give it a half, but it's still good. Next category is drinkability. How drinkable is it? And I think it's very refreshing. It's very easy to drink. You can drink this in the wintertime, in the summertime. It's one of those kind of all year round beers that is just going to work. I think this could work for somebody that's looking for a hoppy beer, and this is the best you can find, or somebody that doesn't really like hops, and this is kind of like the top of their limit. I think it could fit a lot of people and make a lot of different kinds of beer drinkers happy. Like, this would be a nice safe beer where you don't really know what everyone's going to be into, and you're just like, I don't know, like I want to make everybody happy. I think this would be a good one to get, and you can just kind of buy a pack of this and just be like, yeah. So I'm gonna recommend it on drinkability. And oh man, I can't believe it, I bypassed value for price for some reason. But value for price, I got this on sale for like 260 pesos. Current exchange rate right now is close to 600 pesos for $1. So like 40 cents. Even when not on sale, this goes for about 500 pesos, I think. Which again is less than $1. Of course, the price is going to change soon. Prices are always changing around here. But either way, well worth the price. recommend it for value price. And now we're back on track. At the end, would I buy this again? I absolutely would buy it again. I like it. I like what they're doing with it. I think it's a nice, pleasing beer for a lot of different kinds of beer drinkers. So I think that's well done. Yeah, I'm liking it. I gotta pick up more from this company because I think they're doing. I've liked the 2 beers that I've had from them so far. So I recommend it, and I would be buying it again. But anyways, that is the review for Andes Origen Mendocina IPA Roja. If there's want to know anything more about Argentina beers, or if there's particular beers you like in South America you think I should check out, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. And so for myself and for this IPA Roja,